So we're here in the Salisbury University Lacrosse locker room. We're here with Coach Berkman. One question, kind of off the wall. Best and worst memory as a coach since you've been here?
Well, let's start with the worst. I think it was probably almost the day I took the job. I walked into a program that at that time only had 18 kids. And we also had a goalie situation where there was a pretty good goalie that was still here, but he was worried about what had happened the previous 3 years. They hadn't made the tournament, and I'm sitting on the couch in Pocono Hall trying to convince him to stay here, and he decides to go to Washington College, and he ends up being a two-time All-American. I go to check the schedule, which should have been done well in advance, and assume that there was, by the paper, there was 13 games on that schedule. But when I ended up calling the coaches in September, when I got the job, there was only about 7 games on that schedule. And I was scrambling to get games, I was scrambling to get players, and it was very difficult at the beginning, especially with those two things going forward. I think there's two great best case scenarios from my perspective, not that you can pinpoint any one thing, but two things that stick out in my mind. 1994, Hobart is on a run of 10 or 11 championships, and it's a dynasty at that time. And they've decided they're going to move to Division I, and it's their last year in Division III. And we sent them out packing in Bird Stadium and win 15-9 and beat them before they go D1. So it doesn't tarnish any of our future championships, saying, hey, the only reason you're winning because Hobart's not there. And then I think right there with that, if not the biggest, has got to be in 2008. 2008 to start the season. 2007 we were national champs. We lost every player on defense. All 3 defensemen, the goalie, all the D-middies, the long stick. We lost every one of those players from that team, and everybody says, hey, we got Salisbury. We come back in 2008, we win the national championship. We go 23-0. On that championship day, we beat Cortland up in Boston. My son scored 5 goals, had 3 assists, 8 points. He was MVP of the championship game. Later that day, we were at the All-American Banquet. He was named National Midfielder of the Year and National Player of the Year. And so I'm sitting on the greatest stage in college lacrosse, being a champion, and with your son, who's the best player, in the country at his level. That was a pretty special day.